Welcome back. Krystaal has performed for audiences around the world. They've shared the stage with artists like Celine Dion, Bryan Adams, and Donnie McLaughlin.
Krystaal is an award-winning, multi-talented group of three brothers who excel in various genres of music, including R&B, pop, gospel, urban, and world. They've received many recognitions, including the Major Award for Artist of the Year, the Canadian Gospel Music Association Award for Best Urban Song, and the Planet Africa Rising Star Award. The book, Keep on Standing, The Story of Krystaal, chronicles their amazing journey.
A friend of mine invited me to a concert one day at a church. And when I went, I was just wonderfully surprised when these three young men came onto the stage and performed. And they told their story about coming from the Congo, what they went through, and they just mesmerized me. And their sincerity, they were so down to earth, and they captivated their audience so much. And from that point on, they had my heart.
There was a massacre, a terrible massacre. It started early. It started on May the 9th, 1989, but always to May the 10th.
Our names were written for those supposed to be killed that night. 300 names around midnight, maybe 30 past 12 when they started cutting the throat of students. The yelling started. We didn't know where to run.
And Michel went back and got Aliston, and his little girl, Sakina, was very young at the time, and our youngest sister, Giselle, to run away. With the help of the Catholic fathers, they found themselves, in a truck traveling, with knowing where they're going. They found themselves in Kenya. I have scars on my leg, knives on me, tortured, trying to get me to speak. I could hear some of the friends on the other side screaming for the last time. My uncle traded his life for mine in a hospital when I was recovering from terrible bleeding on my right leg. So that's why I'm here. But, anyway, separate from my brothers for 5 years.
Our father was killed and our mother was killed. Being in a refugee camp, knowing that you don't know when you're gonna be able to meet your brother, you're all scattered, learning that our parents were also murdered. For 5 years we were living there. You almost feel like, why should I live? What's the reason of being alive?
It wasn't easy for anyone to live there, but it was even more painful that we'll be there with kids. It was difficult to witness, to hear children cry at night because they need a glass of water.
It's almost like a nightmare that you are living in, or a bad dream that you hope that you might wake up and find yourself in a normal life.
They remind you how precious life is and how we should be thankful for everything we have. When you learn of their story and their struggle and how every time you meet them they have a smile on their face and they're there to help folks, you can't help but be inspired by that.
Heya wewa bolingo semolaka loboko na yo batona mokili bamonaka lokumu na yo salisa bapasi na ngaye bikisa maladi na nganyo so bolingo semolaka loboko na yo batona mokili bamonaka lokumu na yo yawe na bolingo semolaka loboko na yo batona mokili bamonaka lokumu na yo salisa bambasi na ngaye.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.